first base line here at the Rogers Center, and great to see Addison Barger on Fox. Thanks for coming over to FS1. Our post-game show continues. Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt, and this was a statement. I mean, this was a 9-run, 6th inning, most runs in a World Series inning. That was something else.
Well, we said it. I mean, you know, the country of Canada has known how great this team is, how feisty, how gritty they are. Now America does too, and we've been saying it all along in October. Look, the Dodgers are bullies. They're the best in class, and they're used to being in a boxing match, knocking people out. These guys took their best punch. They punched back, and boy, that 6th inning, Poppy, was phenomenal.
Man, I'm telling you, I mean, we talk about David and Goliath in the pregame, right? You think about the Dodgers, big, strong, amazing team, the best team in baseball. But when you think about the Toronto Blue Jays and their sequence during the regular season, playoff, ALCS, this team, they were pitcher out. I keep on telling you guys. Plus, guys, let me tell you guys one thing. 7 days off, I keep on talking about it, Kevin. It affects you because baseball is an everyday sport. And when you look at the Dodgers swinging the bat tonight, it seems like they were a little off.
Great point.
Well, you know, look, the Dodgers pitching staff has been magnificent up until this point in the playoffs. But we talked about how this is a different team than the other two teams that they faced. I understand the story is going to be the 9-run inning that they had, but even if they did not have that 9-run inning, they wear you down. They wear you down. Snell threw what, 20-something?
30 in the first pitch.
In the first inning, right? It's just over and over. They're on base. They're putting the ball in play. They wear you down. There's always traffic on the base paths, and for them, you never know who's going to beat you. Anyone in that lineup can beat you. You know, Vlad had a couple hits, but he didn't hit a big home run, driving a bunch of runs. It's the rest of the lineup. That's what makes them tough.
Yeah, I agree, Pap. And the Dodgers pitchers thrive of swing and miss, and the Blue Jays, they do not swing and miss. And when you look at Snell's face, he was in foreign territory. He has not had this type of real estate in a really long time.
Dodgers allowed as many hits tonight as they did the entire NLCS against Milwaukee. Think about that for a second. That's unbelievable. A couple of those hits, Dalton Varsho had a big one. He's with our Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Dalton.
All right, Ken, appreciate it. Dalton, thanks so much. There you go. Most runs per game in a single postseason. The Blue Jays are approaching that mark. 6.8 right now, and they are bludgeoning really, really good pitchers. You know, to your point, we talked about this so much on the break. Look at this. Poppy.
Dodgers lose. Oh, my God.
Not so fast. Poppy loves it.
You're up.
That was fun.
Kevin, you know how they give me that welcome when I walk into Canada,
Listen,
right?
Poppy and I were on the same flight yesterday. No joke. So we come in and everyone is talking to Poppy about the show. They love the show. We get into Canada and we're in the immigration line, and the immigration officer, when Poppy comes up, who's next in line, says, "Duh, Yankees lose."
No way.
I said, "Do you want my passport or not?" Here you go.
I created a monster.
It's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
It's so great. But, hey, I want to go, though, about this Jays offense and wearing Snell down. Snell has not had a blip in forever, not just this postseason. Talked about the first inning, Derek, right? But then in that fifth, just working him. How do they do it? I mean, it's just the Dodgers starting pitching has been so great, but they haven't quite seen an approach like this.
Yeah, it's a team-wide approach. I mean, these guys take so much pride. That's why I wanted to ask Barger, because they take so much pride in making contact, putting the ball in play. You heard him saying he was just trying to do his job. If you try to do your job, good things happen. You get rewarded for it a lot of the time. But the thing with Snell didn't pitch bad. He didn't pitch bad at all. I thought he pitched well.
I thought he did.
They just keep coming at you. It's the first left-handed hitter that's hit a home run off him the entire year. So probably just when he thinks he can exhale, bam. You cannot exhale with any one of these players in their lineup.
Yeah, look, I actually think going back to that first inning, Cap, 30 pitches. And I think what you saw in the fifth inning was a consequence of that first inning, right? A ripple effect. And the last time a lefty hit a home run, Kevin, was 2 years ago. It was Juan Soto. And again, when you work, then you get the big bang. But it's not just a home run. It's everything that happens before, and that's why these guys kill you. Death by 1,000 cuts.
This Blue Jays team is like a group of bees when you wake them up.
Yeah.
You know, they attack you and wear you out and make you tired. Like, Snell haven't anything like that during the whole playoff. He just been good to go of all time. But this team, man, it's like we say, you don't know where the punch gonna come from. They wear you out. They like to create traffic on the bases so they can take your focus away, and that's exactly what they did with Snell. And on top of it, he pitched really good tonight.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Papa, you know this, and Derek, you know this as well. Pitching batter is like a chess match. It's a warfare. The face that jumped off me, the stuff was great for Snell, and he was maybe a little rusty, whatever. But the frustration that he couldn't put these batters away told me a lot. And that's what this lineup does to not only Snell, but anyone who's out there.
Yeah, and you know, they wanted, we also talked about them wanting to get to the Dodgers bullpen. Now look, we're not picking on the Dodgers bullpen. It's just the Toronto hitters are that good, and no one coming from that bullpen is Blake Snell.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's a great point.
You know, the Dodgers bullpen, you know, it's interesting because let's start here. Dodgers bullpen second half of the year was their weakness, right? They got every starter healthy, and in the playoffs, their starters have been so good, they really haven't had to rely on the bullpen. You know, Sasaki's closed out games, and then they've had Vesia pitching great, and then Trinan's had a couple of appearances. Well, Vesia isn't in this series. Had a family thing he had to deal with, so he's not here. So all of a sudden, the extended bullpen comes in. Totally different game. That's the first time the Dodgers have really had to go to that in this postseason, and they got burned.
Well, I think two things. You mentioned Vesia. I mean, they really miss him. He's one of the most trusted Dodger bullpen arms, both lefty and righties for Dave Roberts. But it also comes to like stressful innings, stressful pitches. Quite honestly, the Dodgers haven't had much. They've been a train wreck. They've destroyed everybody that's got in front of them. And today they're on their heels again. It'll be very interesting how they come back tomorrow. I'm sure they'll come back strong.
I don't think the Dodgers pitching is going to be an issue. They have a stud as an starter, and they also have a stud in the bullpen. When it comes down to long reliever, you have a starter in the bullpen that they can come in and pitch 3-4 innings as well. The thing is that as a power pitching, which is what they have coming out of the bullpen, the Blue Jays know how to dominate power pitching. They know how to stay on power pitching better than anybody I have ever seen. So with this Blue Jay team, you need to have many miles of difference in between hard pitching and soft pitching to be able to get them off a balance. Otherwise, they will wear you out.
Yeah, and look, it's not just anyone that comes out of the bullpen is not Blake Snell. Anyone that comes out of the bullpen is not Glasnow. It's not Ohtani. You know, it's not any of their starters. It's sort of like a gift and a curse. You have great starters, but if you have a team that can wear down the starter and get to the bullpen, it's much easier for them. Not saying it's easy, it's just an easier matchup for the Blue Jays hitters against the bullpen than it is their starters.
I'll tell you one thing, too. I think you go earlier in the game. Trey Savage, you know, was being worked a little bit. Dodgers making him work. But they were at the second and third inning. It felt